Good afternoon, everybody. This is training lessons classes. This is Kimi, technical support of Zkteco technology. Welcome to our MA500 training lessons. Today, this afternoon, I'm a guest, a training teacher will guide all of us to take a full round of the learning about MA500. So let's take a view the four parts of MA500 I arranged for you guys. First part, I will take you on a journey of MA500 introduction. In this part, I divide into the two parts, the features and function, and hardware and construction. In the features and function, I've introduced you the appearance, the parameters, and configuration. In the hardware construction, I will give you the introduction of the external construction, internal models, and construction. Okay, let's view the first part, the features and function. I will give you two pictures. Left one is MA500, and right one is MA300. From the name of MA500, it's obviously speaking of an upgrade version of MA300. So I will give you the general concept with MA500 in this part. What are the basic functions, what we usually use in our daily work, and what's the features to help you promote this device to your customers. Of course, I'm going to introduce the hardware of this device. Okay, the parameter and the configuration. MA500, when we talk about MA300, it's popular and on sales continuously because of the metal case. So obviously speaking, MA500 is also with the simple design track on the MA300, based on the MA300. The simple discipline design with the metal case. But the big difference is with MA500 is with his keyboard. Because the function of keyboard is just the password. So MA500 is add password function than MA300. And features, the verification. I'm going to give you the whole concept from the function to features. It's significant to help you promote this device to your customers. So MA500 include the fingerprint, the IF card. IF card include ID card, MiFi card, and also the password function. And number two, MA500 with the metal case and the standard principle IP65. Let's view the software. The MA500 use Access 3.5 software. It's used for the panel controller. So it's more modern than the MA300. And then from the capacity, MA500 support 3,000 fingerprints, 30,000 RF card, 100,000 attendance logs, and it supports FR 1200 as a slave reader. Of course, the full SDK is a simple design, beautiful used for the MA500 with the panel controller. It's the same meaning. Okay. So let's compare MA500 with MA300. You will be better understanding with the differences between these two devices. So let's view first. MA500 used the new firmware, the same as the panel controller, inbuilt 116, the inbuilt firmware. and this uses a standalone, the SDK. And the software, MA500 uses Access 3.5 software. It belongs to the panel controller devices. MA300 uses Access Control 2.0, and from the SDK, the same firmware with the panel controller are used where MA500 more suitable with Access 3.5. And when we talk about the capacity, you will obviously see the twice as much as the MA300. From the fingerprint capacity, the RF card capacity, password capacity, and transaction capacity. Obviously, twice as much as the MA300. So it's an advantage of the MA500. Let's view the communication. It's almost the same. TCP/IP RS485. And talk about the access control interface. Both of them can support electric lock, door sensors, exit button, and alarm. But you need to pay attention to the vegan interface. In the MA300, the both of vegan input and output, MA300 support these two protocol. But in MA500, we concern the vegan input. In this function, we concern, but we support FR 1200. That's the design. That's the design useful because we just want you to use FR 1200 as a slave reader to connect with MA500. We don't recommend you to use the ID card reader as a slave reader. Okay. The next one, the optional function. You will find the MiFi card is the optional function. So it means when you make an order to produce the MA500, the default setting is support ID card, not MiFi card. If you want MiFi card, you should tell our commercial personnel to make this order, to change the model, the settings. Okay. Let's go on. The next one, I will introduce the hardware construction. The first part, the terminal construction. I also give you the two pictures, left one and the right one. Left one is introduce the front side, opposite the back side from the right one. Okay, from the left, we can view from the top to the bottom. In the top line, you can see the two LED indicate, the green one and the red one. When the left one, the green, means everything is okay or verified successfully, and the red one sometimes will appear red. And when you fail to verification or you fail to the operation steps, it will be red. And then the keyboard. The keyboard is a new function for the MA500. It's unique. And then the card reader. RF card reader embedded in the devices or built in the devices, so you cannot see the model. If you want to change another model, it's better for you. Recommend you to contact with our technical support. However, you better don't change it for yourself or place it for yourselves. Okay. And then the sensor cover. It's also the new design, because you will find almost 99% of our Zkteco devices have this cover to protect the sensor, because the MA500 is designed for the proof wear, proof water, proof modest. So we choose the sensor cover to protect the fingerprint sensor. Okay, let's go the red one. The red one, we take up the 2-pin cable to give you the power, the 12 voltage power, and the magnetic tempo switch is just like the tempo in the other series devices, like iClock, iFace, VF multi-bell, like these devices. The same meaning. And then Ethernet. Ethernet will help you to use the TCP/IP to connect our software in the LAN. Okay. And then the 5-pin cable connector, the weekend out and RS485. Weekend out to help you to regard MA500 as the slave reader to connect our panel controller. And RS485 will help you to connect the FR1200 as a slave reader. And MA500 will as the host, so it will not the slave, it will be the host. And the last but not least, the 8-pin cable connector include 2 pins for the lock, 2 pins for the door sensor, also the 2 pins for the alarm, finally 2 pins for the exit button. And this is the external construction. If you have some questions, I will give you the 5 or 10 minutes in the end. You ask me any question you like, okay? So let's view the internal modules. I introduce you the most significant component of this device, the cord board. Cord board is like our brain to give you the logic calculation, or install your dates, or to give you the completed calculation. We'll use the cord board. You can see some of the chips. The chips on the cord board include the CPU, the flash, or the RAM chips, and a lot of the RAM and the arrays. A lot of things like this. PCB print code. Okay. This is the front side, and this is the back side. Because the completed component on the cord board, so if the cord board is damaged, it's hard to figure out where is the problems. So I recommend you don't spend much time to discuss the maintenance in the cord board. You can directly find our professional maintenance person to deal with these problems, solve the problems. Okay. And next one, let's view the main board. The main board also give you the front side and back side. The front side we can view some lock relay, maybe like this. A lock relay. Lock relay is to help you to open the lock. And when you punch your card, when you swipe your card, when you press your fingerprint, or when you give you the password, it will activate the lock relay or the alarm relay like this. And this one, the speaker, will give you the response for any cooperation step. And this is bottom battery. Bottom battery, obviously, it will help you to go continuously with lock, puncture lock, Okay, like this. This voltage is 3, so it's useful for the punctual timer clock. So if you find your device clock is not punctual, or is slower than the unit usually, so you can use the method to change another new one, or you can use test the voltage. If the voltage is less than the 2.5, so you must change another one, okay? To insert the punctual time, a punctual clock on this device. Let's view this model. This model is A2. A2 is ID card model. It is a standard default configuration by MA500. If you want to choose the MA500 support MiFi card, we will give you another model, the MiFi model. The B7. B7 is the MiFi model. You'd better don't replace for yourself. Just the same, connect our technical support or the salesperson, okay? This is the introduction of the A2 or B7. A2 is for the ID card and B7 is for the MiFi card. And also, they will use the antenna. Antenna is help to touch the ID card or MiFi card and give you some signal and transmit to the card model and transmit to the CPU to calculate the other things. Okay. So next time, because some customers will ask me some question, they will tell us how to enroll, how to register the fingerprint, the password, or the other operation step. Is confused, always confused. So I will spend some time to take a video to help you to know the operation step for the common, always use the function. The first step is enroll. A new user fingerprint. So I will give you, yes, like this step. The first one, you will press the start key, the pound key, 1, 2, 3, 4. This step will help you to enter the administrator mode. When you enter this mode, then you will choose the other function you want to choose. If you press 1, like this, if you press 1, you will enter a restriction mode. Then you input your user ID with the end of the pound key. Then punch or press your fingerprint for the 3 times. It will be a success for the registration for the fingerprint for this user. Okay, let's view the video. I enter the administrator mode and press 1 into the restriction mode. I input my user ID 10099 with the end of the pound key, and I punch my fingerprint for the 3 times for success. After operation, you will hear a long voice. Yes. And number 2, let's view the delete function. Delete the single user. First you need to also enter the administrator mode by input a star key, pound key 1, 2, 3, 4. And then input 2 to enter the delete mode. Then you input the user ID to delete this user. So let's view the video. I punch my fingerprint to show this is valid. After I do this operation, the fingerprint is invalid. This step is enter the administrator mode. I input 2 to enter the delete mode. I input my user ID 10099 with the end of the pound key. Yes, it's success. Then press your fingerprint as well. It's invalid. It means this user is deleted. Okay? It's easy to understand, right? So let's view the number 3. Enroll a card. Because there are 3 modification, verification, the password, the fingerprint, and the card. So let's view how to enroll your card. Also the same step, you need to enter the administrator mode by inputting the star key, pound key 1, 2, 3, 4. Then input 3 to enter the user ID model to enroll the card model. Then with the end of the pound key, then you punch your card to accomplish this registration. Okay, so let's take a video. Let's view the video. Yes, like I said, the first step is enter the administrator mode. Then I input 3 to enter the enrollment mode. I input my user ID with the end of the pound key. Then I punch my card to finish this registration, card registration. You see, the verification is valid. It's useful, right? So let's view the next part. Just like the enroll on card, the enroll on password is just added another verification mode. If you finish this step, the user will have the 3 verification mode: the fingerprint, the password, and the card. So first, let's enter the administration mode. It's the same by inputting the star key, pound key 1, 2, 3, 4. And then enter the enrollment on the password by inputting the number 3. So next, which users you need to enroll the password for him. It's time to input the user ID with the end of the pound key. So next, last step is yes, this step is very confused to our customers. Many customers failed in this step because they just input the one time for the password. But generally speaking, the theory is easy and simple because every password in the world must be confirmed twice, right? So the same with the devices. You can find any card when you play the computer games or when you register the bank card. Any card you must confirm twice with your password. So this is the point, okay? The key point. Let's view the video. I input the star key, pound key 1, 2, 3, 4 to enter administrator mode, and then I press 3 to enter the enrollment password. I input my user ID 10099 with the end of the pound key. Then I input my password 1234 with the end of the confirm. Then I input the same password again. So I finish this operation. I do the verification, use the password. First I input my user ID, then I input my password 1 2 3 4 with the end of the pound key. Yes, it's success. So this step will help you to set the log time. It means when you finish or when you pass the verification, you use the password, fingerprint, or card. So it will help you to open the lock. And how long do this lock open or last? So it means this function will help you to set this function, set the lock function. It's easy. So I don't for the further explanation. So let's view the video. At the same time, you will input the star key, pound key 1 2 3 4 to enter the administrator mode. Then plus 4. This is finished, but I will explain the 5. 5 means 5 seconds. So you can input any number you like from the 1 to 10, and 10 is the maximum. It's limited for a further high. Yes, the last one, the maximum numbers is 10. Okay. Oh, this function is very significant. It will help you to set the verification mode. You can see from the upper right hand corner in this picture. Model 1 2 3 4 5 6. Password, the ID card, MiFi card, fingerprint, and 3 of them, and both end, something like this. So let's view the video. It's not difficult. I also want to enter the administrator mode by inputting star key, pound key 1 2 3 4, and then input number 5, and then input the 4. 4 means the fingerprint, password, or the RF card. 3 of them can pass the verification. So this time I will input my password 1 2 3 4. This is my password. Yes, three of a verification mode will pass the verification. Let's view the next function. Punch issue card. This function is not useful. I think it's not useful, but I will tell you. And you can also set this function in the Access 3.5 software. So in my video, I choose the punch issue card function. The operation system is also enter the administrator mode first by inputting star key, pound key 1 2 3 4, and then input number 6 to enter the punch issue card mode. So when you input your user ID and punch your card, and then it's very important to input the punch number with the end of the star. So it means if you input the 5, it will give you a punch issue card for the 5 cards. Yes, let's view the video. I enter the administrator mode and enter the punch issue card mode. I input my user ID with the end of the punch key. I will punch my card and then input the punch number with the end of the punch key. It means I will give you the 5 cards. My user ID, my card number is the beginning of the 5 card. Okay, let's view the influence. You will find this is the result, because the first user number or the user ID is 10099, and first card number is like this, 4118864. And when I input the 5 number, it will list the 5 users one by one, increase. This is the effort. Okay, let's view the next one. Next one, because every time I will use the star key, pound key 1, 2, 3, 4 to help you enter the administrator mode. 1, 2, 3, 4 is just a password. I using the managers or the boss. So if the employee know this password is not very good, so if you want to change or replace another one, whatever you like, you can use this function, modify the system password. Okay, let's view the video firstly, and then I will give you the specific explanation. Okay. This is original or initial password. 1, 2, 3, 4. I enter the modification system password mode. This new password is 5678. I will input them again. One is finished. I will use a new password. 5678. Yes, it's good. This is not same with the second function. The second function is delete a single person. When you input the user ID, it will be deleted. So this function will help you to delete all the users. It's better to use the 99. You will enter all the uses. So you must be very careful about this function. Okay. So let's view the video. I will show you the verification is valid. Enter the administrator mode. And input 99 to finish this function. When I press the fingerprint, it's filled. When I punch my card, it's also invalid. So this is the function. Okay, this is the end of all the unusual or the usual function I give you. So next part, I will discuss some of the basic troubleshooting. So from my experience, I intend some of the problems by our customers. So I will give you some solution. I wish it will help you. Okay. Number 1, no reaction on the ID card. So some people or some employees swipe their card or punch their card on the sensors, on the card model, close them, but it's no reaction. So in this time, you must check the ID card model or the antenna. But in MA500, the ID card model or the antenna is not easy to dismantle. It's not easy to damage, okay? So if your card or the MiFi card or ID card is no reaction, so please contact our technical support, and they will give you some suggestions, and you must firstly to give them the serious number, and they will find the potential problems maybe appear in the wrong parameter. They will willing do a remote check for you, so don't worry about this. If the parameter is okay, but there is still no reaction on the ID or MiFi card, so you can place a new mainboard, yes, mainboard to test. I think it's helpful. It's 99% will solve these problems. No reaction on ID card, MiFi card, okay? The second problem is no reaction on the fingerprint. Yes, if there's no reaction when you punch your fingerprint, so you can contact your customers if or whether or not the customers do some the upgrades by themselves, but they don't want to let you know, okay? In this function, I will tell you the truth. Just our fingerprint lessons. We just manage these lessons is to protect this finger sensor. So I think this is common. It's common reason for the no reaction on the sensor. Just the customers do some upgrade by themselves. They damage the license file. So when you encounter these problems, also contact our technical support. Before this, you can also replace some the sensor connection line or the finger sensors. If there is also no reaction, you can ask our technical support for help. They will do a remote check for you to check the license file is damaged or not. And I think it's helpful for these problems. And number 3, no reaction on the keyboard. Yes, I told you or said you before, the MA500 is added the keyboard than MA300. So when we encounter this problem, no reaction on the keyboard. So how should we do? So if you find the keyboard is no reaction, if you break, you can also ask your customers whether or not they break or change some files. If the result, the keyboard will have no reaction. If you don't change any files, and after you might be able to try place a keyboard connection line like this. This is connection line of the keyboard. It must be useful. It must be useful to deal with these problems. So next, you can't enroll your fingerprint. Maybe I think it's more than the 10 customers. Yes, it's no exaggeration. 10 customers, they will explain your MA500 is damaged. Why? They give me the reason. They can't enroll the fingerprint, and they don't want to check the user manual. They don't want to see the specification of the MA500. They just do themselves, just like you receive your smartphone. You don't you will not check the specification, right? Okay, if you encounter these problems, will ask your customers to do this operation step. The correct process is like this. The first step is also enter the administrator mode by inputting the star key, pound key 1, 2, 3, 4, and enter the enrollment, the registration mode of the fingerprint by input the number 1. Then you must input your user ID with the end of the pound key. So in this step, in this time moment, you must pay attention to press your fingerprint for the 3 times, and you will view the green LED and the long voice for success, and then you can verify. The next one is scanned verification successfully on the FR 1200. So the voice from the FR 1200, the 4 voices represent with LED will represent the communication between the FR 1200 and MA 500 is a field, and 2 voices with a red LED means the communication is okay, but the verification is field, or you have no this fingerprint on the MA 500. So this, if your customers have enrolled, have registered their fingerprint on in the MA 500, so you can set the verification of FR 1200. You can use the access 3.5. At this indoor setting, verify mode, you must choose this mode, because the FR 1200 has no the password function. It just only supports the card or the fingerprint. So you must choose like this. I think that will be okay. And do like this. Okay, that will be okay. The next one. The fingerprint sensors is not work anymore. When I replace another one, this is good. But after several weeks, it's no work again. I encountered this problem when these customers use the MA500 in the low temperature with the moist. So you must know the device is affected with the water, with the damp. So when we encounter these problems, we made the glue on the back cover to pretend the water enter the inside and the MA500. So from the May 1st, 2014, we just changed the modified craft to do the completely no water enter the inside. So we promise you, if you just bought the MA500 after the May 1st, 2014, the link proofness is okay. Okay. The last one, I think, is fear in unlock. This is also common problems because some places, foreign local place, the voltage is not stable. Yeah, it's not stable. So you can see this, the mainboard, such like this. There are 2 relays with a white color rectangle. White color rectangle. The right relay is the lock relay. When we press our fingerprint or punch my card, we will trigger this lock relay to open the lock. So you will hear a voice when you press your fingerprint or punch your card. You can listen carefully. That is open the voice from the from the relay, open voice. I encountered a problem before, just the customer used our MA500 to connect a lock, and he enrolled a user, a valid user in MA500 with a valid time period. Everything is okay. And he also pressed your finger in the fingerprint sensor. The verification is passed, it's valid, it's no problem. And he also hear a voice from the lock relay. But the lock is no reaction. The lock is still closed. So what happened? So we also spend a lot of time to discuss with these problems with our engineer. And finally, we find the forfeits. This is a forfeit. For use broken down. Yes. For use is broken down. The for use, I remember at that time situation, the for use is broke down and burning out because the daily voltage in the foreign local area is not stable to cause like this for use. So next time if your customers buy this MA500 and encounter these problems, you need to dismantle the back cover of MA500 and check in this for use. The last question is the MA500. Yes, it's useful in the pin, so you can telnet, you can pin, but everybody should know this. If you can pin the device, it means the device is on your local area network. That's great. But the reason why MA500 cannot connect the software is connect the access 3.5 because the protocol, the communication protocol is unused. The function of a pool SDK just connect the software and the device. It's a bridge to connect this MA500 and access 3.5. So it's better to check the software version on the customers because our latest access 3.5 version is 2189. Pool SDK version is 2.2.0.118. Standalone SDK, the version is 6.2.5.7. So if you check this is, if the customers, the access 3.5 software is older, so you can replace another one. I think that 100% you can solve these problems. Yeah, if there's still some problems, you can connect with our customers. And the next one is the question time. For you, I will give you maybe the 5 to 10 minutes to ask any question you like. You can show your hands up. Don't hesitate to ask me question. Okay. In this training lesson, I want to do a result. Just through this lesson, I want to give you the help to let you to improve your problem-solving skills. If the foreign the colleague have a strong problem-solving skills, then more and more problems will be solved in the local places. That's why I'm trying to do this lesson, and that's why we want to get together to improve for ourselves, to do a great effort for this lesson. So thank you for your attention. Goodbye.